Well, back in Wisconsin, a quiet crisis is facing our first responders, the kind of trauma they don't talk about but carry every day.
Now,
1 in 5 firefighters does struggle with behavioral health issues, and in recent years, suicide has claimed more firefighters' lives than the job itself.
but there is a growing movement right now to change that, but not with therapy, with trust. Bill Walsh shows us how peer support is giving first responders the tools to take care of their own and how the entire system depends on you.
The work they do is in plain sight, but the toll it takes is not.
Only people who have been in the middle of those places and have seen and heard and smelled, tasted that terror and that anguish, only they will understand what it is like to now have to hop back in and start responding to another run, as if nothing just happened.
That kind of repetition wears down even the strongest. Milwaukee Fire Chief Aaron Lipsky says the department recently lost one of their own.
We just lost a member to suicide 2 years ago. This was a respected, high-performing firefighter on one of our elite rescue companies.
It's a tragedy Kristen Heride works every day to prevent. She's a licensed clinical social worker and leads Wisconsin's MAP team, a deployable group of trained responders who step in after major trauma. Heride also trains firefighters across the state to counsel each other peer to peer.
Our first responders don't go home and talk to their spouses because they don't want them to have the same images in their head, right? We don't want to inflict pain on those that we love the most.
Lieutenant Dan Notling has more than 2 decades as a firefighter in EMS, but remembers one of his first calls like yesterday.
Car accident, like when I was a volunteer, first fatal car accident I was on. There was like a smell, right? Every car accident that I've gone on since then, I smell that smell. I see that scene over and over in my head all the time.
In the wake of the Waukesha parade tragedy, the department offered overtime for mental health appointments. No pressure, just conversation.
They called it a neck-up checkup. You didn't have to talk about calls you went on. You could talk about the Packers for an hour if you wanted.
But that kind of access to critical mental care is not uniform across the state. In smaller departments, often volunteer or part-time, even basic support can be hard to find.
They've sort of been left behind.
If you're on a volunteer department or a semi-volunteer department, you may or may not have health insurance, and then you have little to no opportunity to access care.
Heride says those gaps in care come with real consequences, not just for the responder, but for the people closest to them.
Individuals' worlds shrink pretty small, marriages fall apart, poor relationships with their children and siblings and parents. There's a lot of addiction.
And while the need is growing, the funding is not.
Like the Professional Firefighters of Wisconsin, all of their charitable foundation, the fundraising that they do pays for my position, essentially.
Heride's work and the peer training she leads across Wisconsin are paid entirely through donations. And peer-to-peer counselors donate their time to help out.
It needs to be addressed, and no, it shouldn't be through fundraising.
For now, the hope is that peer support continues to grow and that the system built to protect the people who protect us gets the support it deserves.
And we just expect, no, come here and deal with everybody else's trauma all day long. It's not that equation does not match up.
Again, this mental health support entirely funded through private donations. There are various events across the state to raise money, including a golf tournament at Ironwood this Friday to support the cause. We have a link on our website where you can learn more and donate.